Who's this one? Justin Duck. He just did the search.
All right, if you raise your right hand, please, you do solemnly swear the evidence of the testimony given in this cause is the truth. I do. Have a seat there and adjust that microphone, make it comfortable, and speak up so everyone can hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you tell us what your name is?
My name is Justin Duck.
Justin Duck, what do you do for a living?
I'm a captain with the Texas Department of Public Safety.
And where do you work?
I work at Austin headquarters for DPS.
Okay. How long have you worked there?
A little over 19 years now.
And could you just give us a brief history of what you've done there?
Yeah, so I started in 2006 as a Texas Highway Patrol Trooper out of Houston. In 2012, I promoted into the Criminal Investigations Division, where we investigated forgery, fraud, motor vehicle theft, and violations of the Texas Racing Act. In 2016, I promoted into the Texas Rangers, which is the major investigative branch of the Department of Public Safety. In 2024, I promoted into the Office of Inspector General as a lieutenant, and there's basically the internal affairs of DPS. And in earlier this year, or late or mid 2025, I promoted into my current position in the Human Resources Operations Division.
And back in 2022, what were you doing?
I was a Texas Ranger stationed out of the Waco area.
Out of where?
Waco area.
And did you end up in Uvalde around May 24th or soon thereafter of 2022?
Yes, sir, I did.
How did you end up doing that?
In my time in the Rangers, I was part of the crime scene investigation team, and so when the shooting happened on May the 24th, we were activated and told to respond to Uvalde.
And when did you respond?
May the 24th.
And how long a drive is that?
You know, I don't recall exactly, but it was several hours from Waco.
Okay. And were you given an assignment on searching a truck?
Yes.
And tell us about that.
So the morning of May the 25th would be the following morning. I was assigned to process a 2008 Ford F-150 that had been wrecked into the drainage ditch just south of Geraldine and South Grove there next to Uvalde, or I'm sorry, next to the Robb Elementary School.
And we've just looked at photographs of May 24th when the truck is in a nice, clean ditch, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did anything change about that?
Yes, sir. The night of the 24th, it rained, and so the ditch filled with water.
And how did that complicate your work?
Well, any evidence that would have been immediately around the outside of the truck, it was now covered in water and difficult to locate.
And so did y'all just give up?
No, sir.
Tell us what you did.
We searched the truck and the area around the truck, and we found numerous items, both in the water and inside the vehicle.
How'd you do that?
Well, we had to put our rubber boots on to get into the water.
Okay. And what did you recover?
From the water next to the truck, we recovered a duffel bag with a rifle and 6 loaded magazines.
And did you recover were any spent casings recovered either that day or the next?
Yes, sir. So the day of the 25th, there were 2 spent casings or fired cartridges located inside the 2008 Ford pickup, one near the rear passenger door and one near the front passenger door on the floor. Ranger Cody Allen also recovered a fired cartridge from underneath the water there next to the truck. Just by feeling around by feel, he located one. And then on May the 27th, Ranger Scott Swick, after the water had receded a little, went out and found a 4th fired cartridge.
So over a 3-day period, y'all end up recovering a total of 4 spent casings?
Yes.
Either in the truck or close by it?
Yes, sir.
And that's from just searching with your hands into the mud, and then thereafter, as it recedes, another casing is recovered?
Yes, sir.
And have you had a chance to look at photographs of those 2 searches?
Yes.
And are they fair and accurate depictions of the search?
Yes.
State now offers Exhibit 76 through 80. through 84, 76 through 84, Your Honor.
No objection, Judge.
May we display those to the jury, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ranger Duck, if you'll look behind your left shoulder. Can you tell us what we're looking at here?
That's going to be the right side of the 2008 Ford F-150 as it's set in the drainage ditch in the water.
So that shows what happened to you overnight of the 24th in the morning, then of the 25th.
Yes, sir.
And that's where y'all searched around in that water and were able to recover at least one casing that morning. Is that correct?
We recovered 2 more from inside the truck, but 1 from the water.
You actually picked up the casings inside the truck?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And Exhibit 77. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of the condition of the drainage ditch that y'all searched?
Yes, sir.
And 78. You can tell us what we're looking at here.
Yes, sir. That's going to be the front right of the pickup truck there sitting in the water, and you'll be able to see Ranger Cody Allen's feet there as he's digging into the water.
And front right, that would be the front passenger side? Right
Yeah.
is passenger side?
Yes, sir.
And that's the general location where something was recovered?
Yes.
And Exhibit 79?
And that's going to be Ranger Allen with the spent cartridge in his hand, too.
That's as he brings it up?
Yes, sir.
It's photographed?
Yes,
Would you
sir.
point that out to the jury where it is? You're welcome to just walk over there. And was that a live cartridge or a spent casing?
That was a spent casing. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And then there was a subsequent search of the ditch the next day, is that correct?
It would have been on the 27th.
27th, 2 days later?
Yes, sir.
And had the water receded to some degree?
Yes.
And on the bank there, is there a cartridge?
Yes.
Would you point that out also for the jury?
Yes.
Thank you. And then the photograph zooms up on that, and it's a little bit more evident that it's a cartridge, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And y'all attach evidence tags to cartridges?
Yes.
And State's Exhibit 2, is that what you're doing here?
Yes, that's Ranger Scott Zwick holding the number 39 next to the fired cartridge.
And State's Exhibit 83?
It's going to be same photo, just zoomed in.
And 84?
Same cartridge, just with a picture of the head stamp.
And the head stamp is for what purpose?
I wanted to make sure that we could identify that later on if we needed to, by brand or whatever.
And was that brand LC 223?
LC22 is what it's stamped to, yep.
Thank you. May I approach? Showing you Exhibits 11 and 13 are those 2 casings that were recovered in the ditch.
Yes.
Continue to the defense and offer no evidence.
Judge Mack, listen on board, Oh. Ranger Duck, I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions. How long did it take for you guys to process this evidence?
You know, I don't know. We started shortly after 11 a.m. that morning, and I believe we released the truck late that afternoon, around 5 o'clock or so.
But there were rangers at the scene the day before. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Ranger Shea?
Yes.
And was he doing? I mean, and I'm just saying from this evidence, was this a specific duty you were assigned to do something different with these shells versus what he was doing?
You know, I don't know exactly what he was doing out there.
But you're saying all day of your investigation, this is the evidence that you retrieved from the truck.
No, that's not the only 2 items we received.
Okay.
We retrieved from the truck.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ranger.
Exhibits 11 and 13?
All right, if no further objection, then they're
No objection, Judge.
That's the witness?
I should have waited. I'm sorry, Ranger.
That's okay.
My name is Nico LaHood,
Yes, sir.
and I'm one of the lawyers that represents Adrian. You've testified before, right?
Yes, sir.
First of all, you're too young to be on the force for 19 years.
Well,
right?
thank you. I appreciate it.
So I started asking you during the voir dire, but I should have waited till now. So were you not coordinating with Ranger Shea? You know Ranger Shea, correct?
I do. Yeah, I know Jason Shea. Yes, sir.
And who assigned you to do what you did on the 27th?
I want to say I got this assignment from Ranger Brent Barina, who was the crime scene team lead the following day on the morning of the 25th.
And was that Ranger in charge of dispensing assignments to you and Ranger Shea and everyone else?
I think so, yeah.
How many Rangers total investigated this scene?
This particular scene,
Yes, sir.
Jason was there the day of on the 24th. Nick Hill, Cody Allen, and myself were there on the 25th. And then there were I don't know exactly how many, but some other Rangers went back after the waters had receded to check one more time on the 27th.
And so excuse if I asked you this, but what was your specific assignment?
I was to assist in processing this truck for evidence.
And when you say processing, 'cause that's a term of art in investigations, right?
Yes.
Will you explain to the jury what processing means?
Sure. So we're going to be looking for any evidence that's in there that we can recover, and then two, we did some swabbing of DNA and things like that.
And if I can ask, why wasn't this done the first day?
You know, I don't know. I don't know that.
But you know that Ranger Shea was there the day before you, or sometime before you.
I do. Yeah.
Because it's been entered into evidence. We saw these spent shell casings that Ranger Shea took.
I know that he took some photographs the day before on the 24th. Yes, sir.
What did you review before your testimony today?
I reviewed my reports. Nick Hill had a report of all the evidence that we collected, and then I reviewed the photographs that we just went over.
And was your report part of a bigger report, or did you have an individual report?
I had one supplement or a couple of supplements within a larger investigative file.
Judge, pursuant to 612 and 615, I'm assuming, is that all part of the discovery that we were given?
Yes.
Okay. And so this was, you didn't have, we don't have a live suspect at this time, obviously, right?
Not that we're aware of at this particular time.
Well, the person responsible for the injuring those children had passed. You're aware of that at the time?
Yes. Yes.
And so you're collecting evidence not for a criminal investigation, just for what?
Well, at that particular time, yes, the individual that wrecked the truck there was deceased, but at that particular time, I don't know that we knew if he had any other help.
Okay, but that's where I was going.
Yes,
so
sir.
it wasn't sure if he had anybody else helping him to assist in this evil act.
At that particular time, we didn't know that.
Do you know how long it took for you guys to realize that he was acting alone?
No, sir, I do not.
Now, did you recover full magazines? I think you testified 6 loaded magazines.
From the bag, the duffel bag that was on the ground. Yes, sir.
And that's, most people call those clips, but we know that's a magazine where you put the rounds in,
Yes, sir.
and you enter into the weapon, you chamber it, and then you can shoot a weapon.
Yes.
And did you check whether they were fully loaded or not?
I did not. Someone else did.
Do you know who did?
No.
Do you know if they were fully loaded?
I couldn't tell if they had, 28 or 30 in there. I couldn't tell, but they appeared to be loaded.
And typical magazines for a weapon like this usually carry up to 30 rounds, correct?
Yes.
So this was potentially 180 rounds, potentially.
Yes.
And so you could fit a .223 round in that, into that magazine,
Yes.
or a .556?
Yes.
Can you explain that to the jury, the difference? Because that kind of came up with Ranger Shea, that what rounds can fit in what magazines.
So generally, 223 and 556 are one and the same for most weapons.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Generally, 223 and 556 are somewhat interchangeable for most of those AR-style rifles.
On a revolver, it's kind of like a .357 and a .38.
38 special, yes.
38 special, right? You can actually, you can only do a .38 and a .357. You can't do a .357 and a .38.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that. What did you do with the evidence? Like, who were you reporting back to? What did you do with the evidence that you collected?
So the evidence I collected, I turned it over to Ranger Nick Hill, and then Ranger Nick Hill submitted it further from there.
Submitted it to whom?
I don't know exactly.
Okay. Did you do anything else further on in this investigation?
When I initially got there, I was in charge of documenting some of the bodies in the classrooms and helping get them to the transport vehicles, so we could get them over to the medical examiner's office. And then after this, I was assigned in the kind of the evidence section, helping out there.
So there wasn't a conclusion to your portion. You just did what you were supposed to do, and then you passed it on.
Yes.
Thank you, Ranger. Pass the witness.
No further questions?
Is he subject to recall on either side?
The state doesn't need to.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, sir, the rule's been invoked, you know what that is. Please don't discuss the case with anybody until you know the case is over with and you've been released from the rule. You are subject to recall, so please stay in touch with the state. But you're excused for the time being. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and give you your afternoon recess. Take 15 minutes. Please remember my instructions, and we'll see you back in 15. Would everyone please rise for the jury?